From the KBIA Newsroom in Columbia, I'm Trevor Grandin. A bill that would require the state to track alpha-gal syndrome cases and report them to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is headed to Governor Mike Kehoe. Alpha-gal is an allergy to red meat and other mammalian byproducts such as dairy and gelatin. People can contract the allergy from the bite of a Lone Star tick. Alpha-gal Alliance Action Fund Executive Director Sharon Forsyth says the bill could spur more research on the condition.
With these numbers, hopefully we'll be able to attract private investment for potential therapies for alpha-gal syndrome. We'll be more likely to be able to secure federal funding, not just for doing this surveillance, but critically for provider education.
If signed, Missouri would become the 14th state to make alpha-gal reporting mandatory. Missourians convicted of certain crimes could soon have those offenses expunged from their record. Last week, the Missouri House sent legislation to Governor Mike Kehoe that would set up a program expunging certain misdemeanors from someone's record if they commit no more crimes for a year after their punishment ends. Certain nonviolent felonies would be expunged after 3 years. St. Louis County Democratic Senator Brian Williams co-sponsored the Senate bill. He says it could help more Missourians find stable employment.
I'm glad there are colleagues on both sides of the aisle that see value in putting people on a pathway to be model citizens and not being hindered by a previous mistake that can easily happen to anyone in our community.
Offenders would be subject to a lifetime limit of 3 misdemeanors and 2 felony expungements. Officials say they are still in the process of totaling the damages from a cluster of tornadoes that tore through several towns in Howard and Randolph counties last month. But they estimate repairs will cost at least $50 million. Randolph County Emergency Management Director David Gaines says the process includes checking for several levels of qualification for assistance and goes all the way up to the president signing a disaster declaration.
Typically, the assistance that would come from the federal government down through the state would be to help those who are uninsured and underinsured.
Gaines says in addition to farmland, at least 200 uninsured buildings suffered damage from the storms. And drivers on Missouri's rural highways and interstates could see a higher speed limit in the future. On the final day of the Missouri legislative session last week, lawmakers passed a bill that would raise the maximum speed limit from 70 to 75 miles per hour on some roads. Originally, the Senate bill was solely to raise the speed limit, but the House later added other car-related bills. That included eliminating the requirement for car safety inspections and establishing a standardized driver's education program that schools may adopt for high schoolers. However, all those provisions, except the speed limit raise, were removed from the final bill. The legislation now goes to Governor Mike Kehoe. I'm Trevor Grandin, KBIA News, Columbia.